I am here today to let everybody know that trading in the zone is a must read, bro. I'm telling y'all, trading in the zone is a must read. I have the book right here. Amazing book, man. We're almost done with it. But I have taken notes on notes in this book. Like, I'm going to just show you guys what I am going to implement going into 2026 because the root cause of a lot of things in trading is your mindset. And that's what I want this channel to be about, improving your mindset and showing you guys my journey with that and showing you guys how I am fixing my mindset, right? And then you're going to see the results follow because that's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? Let me make my screen smaller. Okay, so as y'all can see, here I have trades I took in notes, right? So with each trade that I'm going to take, I'm going to look at this one because I haven't taken any notes yet. So I learned all of this stuff from trading in the zone. Every time I take a trade, I'm going to fill out this document. I'm just going to make a copy of it, win or loss. Doesn't really matter, right? So I'm going to say this first. I have a carefree state of mind that completely accepts the fact that there are always unknown forces operating in the market. So I never know what's actually going to happen, right? And then boom, we have the trade I took. I'm going to put like a Discord link because I usually just like put my trades in a little Discord chat that I have for myself just to document. And here, anything can happen. You don't need to know what's going to happen next in order to make money. There's a random distribution between wins and losses. An edge is nothing more of an indicator of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. And then every moment in the market is unique, right? Now, these may just seem so like, oh, duh. But it's one thing to understand something, and it's another thing to actually change your mind on how it's going to operate in an environment of trading, right? Or just an environment in general. So that is why I have this form, because this is going to allow me to truly talk about these 5 things that are true about the market and that helps me understand the market's perspective, knowing that the market's not against me, knowing that a loss may not be personal. It's never personal. As long as I follow my plan and I take my edge, right? As long as I do that, it's going to be chill. Now, with one trade, I may lose. With another trade, I may lose. But with probability, that is what happens. That is why there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge. So I'm going to write to myself, yeah, for this trade, this one ended up hitting the take profit, but that is just how the cookie crumbles. That's how an edge works. That's how probability works. And I'm going to get that in my head and truly understand that and truly believe it, because that's how you create a belief in your mind. You have to truly believe that stuff, and so much repetition and experiences actually is going to create that. So with every trade you take that goes with your plan, and every time I do this, I'm actually telling myself, yeah, I know what to think with every single trade. And I know that anything can happen because in the market, there's always traders, right? There's millions of traders, and they are never going to be doing the same thing at the same exact time, at the same second, same minute, millisecond, all that decasecond. You know what I'm saying? So anything can happen. And that also aligns with every moment in the market is unique. But let's go back to anything can happen, because somebody could just be having a bad day and they gonna sell all day silver, right? And then boom, silver gonna go down all day. And you thought silver was gonna go up because we're overall in an uptrend, and we had a little liquidity grab right here, and now you're like making a target for it to go up here. But little did you know, you don't know what happened, right? Your strategy could be liquidity grabs, but it didn't work out this time, right? That's just a random edge. I don't That's not my edge, but that's just showing you guys that anything can happen, and you have to accept that. And these all go together. They all go together because you know that if anything can happen, then you don't need to know what's going to happen next in order to make money, right? Because I I'm just on like a tangent because this book is so good, y'all, and I really am just going to take a lot of 2026 to truly get in my head like mindset is so important with trading because I can always look back and be like, dang, I could have made X amount of money this month or the past 3 months. And I'm like, dang, what am I doing wrong? It's the mindset, bro. It's literally the mindset. Because then the way I feel about taking a loss, I may end up taking a series of losses, and it may not be because of my edge. It may be because I'm not taking my edge no more. I'm just trying to win. I'm trying to get revenge on the market that doesn't even know me. I'm trying to get revenge and I'm trying to win, even though I don't need to know what's going to happen next in order to make money, because in your edge is going to be a random distribution of wins and losses for any given set, right? So I don't need to know what's going to happen because an edge means that, you have something that is going to be in your favor more than it's not, right? So that's all an edge is, right? It's nothing more of an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another, right? So say you have a cube, say you have a 3D cube, and I think a cube has 6 sides, bro. Yeah, cube has 6 sides, right? Um, Say 4 of those sides are green, 2 of them are red. So there's a 4 out of 6 chance that you're gonna hit. You're gonna land on the green side if you like throw it up in the air. Like the top of it may be green and it may be red, but 4 out of 6 times it's gonna be green. Now that's probability, right? It could also be 3 out of 6 or 2 out of 6, but it's just a random distribution of it. So you have to let things happen over time, over a couple months, over a couple years, and you will see that edge that you have play out the way it's supposed to because it's probability, right? And you don't need to know what's going to happen next because at the end of the day, this one trade may be a loss. But if that cube has 4 out of 6 sides, just like how your trade wins 4 out of 6 times, 67% of the time, right? Then you know that you're actually getting closer to a win because you have that edge that is actually helping you get that belief that, okay, this is actually an indication that there's a higher probability of one thing happening over another. So I'm just going to let things play out over time. I'm not going to let one trade affect the way I feel about the edge. I'm not going to let one trade affect the way I feel about myself. I'm just going to understand that every moment in the market is unique because, like I said earlier, there are traders that are not going to be in the market at the same exact time. All the atoms and molecules and energy that is happening, it's not going to be the exact same every single time. Your trade may win and it may win again, but one time it may win in 5 minutes, another time it may win in 20 minutes, right? But just because your next trade that you took didn't win in 5 minutes, that does not mean it's not going to win. You know what I'm saying? That's why every moment is so unique. And you have to truly understand this because that allows you to let go of the past trade that you took and just look at this trade you're taking right now and be like, okay, let's just see what happens, right? Because anything can happen. And I don't need to know what's going to happen next. So I'm not going to interfere with it just because it didn't win in 5 minutes. I'm going to just be chilling because it's like, yo, I don't even need to know that. I don't need to know that because there's a random distribution between wins and losses. And if there's a random distribution, over time, I'm going to just let the randomness play out because I have an edge. I win 60, 70, 75% of the time, whatever it may be for your edge, right? And since it's just an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another, you are going to actually realize that, all right, that's all it is. So there's also a chance that it can lose because anything can happen. So look, it all just ties back together, y'all. And another thing I made was flashcards. So just saying anything can happen, blah, blah, blah. This is what I was telling you guys just now. And then you don't need to know what's going to happen. Why? and then I'm just going to be reading this, and by the time I, truly believe it and it's in my head, I'm going to be a consistent trader, just taking my plan and doing what I got to do. So let me know if y'all want a copy of this Google Doc. I could also share this. I'm probably going to add a little more to it. And then for an Excel sheet, I can also make a copy of this, y'all. Like, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Because 2026, we are going up, and we need to focus on the real thing. So maybe don't focus on trying to have the perfect strat. Find a strat that works for you. But work on that mindset, because no matter what your strat is, if your mindset isn't right, the strat's not going to work. You're not going to work with the strat. I mean, the strat's always going to work out the way it's supposed to, because it's an edge, right? But you just have to allow it to work, and you can't try and take that control. That's what us humans want. We want to take control. So, probability is a very touchy topic. It's pretty rough. And yeah, just understand that, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please read Trading in the Zone. This is my second time reading it, bro. This is my second time reading Trading in the Zone, bro. And I read it back in 2023. I honestly would say y'all read this like, once a quarter or every 6 months, because the more trading experience you get, the more it's going to click in your head. Like 2 years ago when I read this, it was amazing, but I guess I wasn't ready for it the way I was now. And now I just truly feel like this is something that is going to change the game. And yeah, we're going to apply it. We're going to do our best to apply it. And I'm going to come out with more videos that just talks about certain things that I've read in Trading in the Zone and the aha moments that I had. So we will continue to do that. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if y'all want more videos like this, just straight off the dome, where I'm just truly speaking from the heart. Like, bro, it's 1 a.m. right now. I'm truly speaking from the heart, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, December, bro, it's December 30th. We ending the year right, bro. We ending it right. December was a great month for trading, and I'll see y'all.